Ariel. So we have three new images here. When we look at your artist statement, it comes across more as a bio, right? So you're telling us your interest in photography, your history leading up to where you are in photography. So this would fit really well on your bio page for your website. But what we're looking for with an artist statement is more about why you're taking these pictures. What is this project about? So, why are you photographing your in laws? Why are your in laws and their way of living so interesting to you? How does this affect you and your close unit, you and your husband and your child and your future child? Why do you want to raise your child this way? All of these sort of things are going to be important for your artist statement. So I want you to work on that. Work on how you want to convey the idea of why you're taking these pictures and what you're communicating with these pictures. All right, let's take a closer look at these images that you have here. So it looks like they're maybe making wine. We see grapes, it looks like, are going into the top of this machine, and then we have liquid at the bottom. So you're in a garage, and I love that setting, that there's pumpkins in the background, that there's an umbrella, that there's maybe like a leaf blower or something. It's very mechanical, everything that's in the garage, but you're making this fancy product being wine. You have the light coming from behind your subject on this side. Looks like you probably just have the garage door open, which is really smart. We've talked about that, just opening up as much as you can to photograph. So some things that stand out to me are the space that they're in, being the garage, the like community aspect that they're all touching the same machine. And then the Patriots hat stands out to me. I don't know where everyone's located, but that stands out to me as an important aspect of this image. And then here we have your son and your husband in part of this. They're still all around this machine that looks like it's maybe sorting through the grapes or mashing the grapes or whatever we're doing here. The lighting is coming from behind you as the photographer, and now everyone feels more illuminated. Where here, this person doesn't seem as illuminated, right? Where the brightest point of the image is his back, so that kind of misleads me as I'm looking at the image. This looks a little bit more well-rounded with the lighting hitting everyone. And then this image, having everyone around, we see the stairs going up to the house. And now we've introduced this new woman into the image as she's cleaning up the trash that's on the ground. And it seems like the guys are kind of joking around with one another. This is a pretty fun image, but I think what we need to decide for you is how you're going to show these images. Are they going to be more formally resolved, or are they going to be more passive in the framing? And some of them are really formally resolved. Like this image, I keep going back to this. I think this is one of your strongest images. This image is pretty formally resolved. These images are the images where the edges seem like they're very intentional on the image. Those are the more formally resolved images that you have. And then here is the child, your child is kind of running out of the frame, doesn't feel as resolved. And I think either can work, but I think you have to kind of figure out which way you want to go with that, because that approach throughout the whole series will make the images seem like they're all taken from the same point of view, whether that's like really carefully documenting and framing up each point of these, or being like so involved and so immersed in what's going on that the framing might be a little bit off, but that almost lends itself to feeling more realistic, that we're actually part of the scene. So hopefully that makes sense in the way that you're framing. Like if you're getting close and all of the edges are perfectly where they need to be, or if you're cropping in a little bit and leaving in things that might be a distraction. So this feels like you're more immersed in the situation. So those two kind of need to be weighed out. And I find the more formally resolved images stronger. And I think you have the time to create more of those to really fill out this series. But there is something about that, like in the moment and being immersed in it, that can also work for you.